My beloved soul, before anything unfolds in your life, heaven has already written it. Before you ever wondered why the doors of wealth seemed to close, God already saw the reason behind it. Every moment of waiting, every season where it looked like nothing was moving, every time you felt forgotten or left behind, none of that was wasted. God delayed your wealth on purpose, not because He didn't want you to have it, but because He wanted you to be ready to handle it when it arrived. There are times when you ask, Lord, why am I still struggling when I've been faithful? And God answers in silence, but His silence is not rejection, it is construction. He was building you in the dark so that when the light of wealth shines on your life, you wouldn't be destroyed by what you prayed for. The truth is, wealth can expose a heart faster than poverty ever could. Many people want the blessing, but few are shaped for the responsibility it carries. That's why your process took longer. It was never punishment, it was preparation. God looked at your heart and said, "Not yet, my child. You're not ready to carry the weight of the gold I'm preparing for you." And while you thought He was withholding, He was actually protecting. Because sometimes premature blessings can become lifelong burdens. Sometimes what looks like a delay is a form of divine insurance, a protection plan that keeps you from losing everything you prayed for too soon. When your friends advanced and you remained in the same place, heaven was watching your reaction. When others got opportunities you didn't, heaven was measuring your heart. Would you still trust God when you had no proof? Would you still praise when the promise seemed far away? Every moment of lack was a test, and you passed it even when you didn't realize you were being tested. Child of God, you didn't lose years. You gained foundation. What was delayed is not denied. The very thing you thought was forgotten is now ripening in the unseen realm. Heaven says, now is the time. The divine release has begun. The hands that were once empty are about to overflow with abundance. The same places that once rejected you will now need your help. The same doors that were locked will swing wide open. You will not chase wealth. Wealth will locate you because it was written with your name on it. God delayed your wealth on purpose because He wanted you to understand that your value is not measured by money. He wanted you to know that you are the treasure, and money is simply the tool. When you finally grasp that truth, the heavens open. You are not meant to chase money. You were meant to attract it through purpose, faith, and obedience. When your faith became unshakable in the dry season, heaven marked you as ready. Every tear you cried in secret watered the seed of your abundance. Every prayer you whispered when no one believed in you reached the throne. Every time you said, Lord, I trust you even now, you shifted something in the spiritual realm. Those small moments of surrender became the keys that are unlocking your wealth now. God says, I delayed it because I didn't want you to love the gift more than the giver. He knew that when you finally received it, your first instinct would be to give Him glory, not to boast or forget Him. He watched how you remained humble when you had nothing. Now He can trust you to remain grateful when you have everything. You see, divine wealth isn't only money. It's wisdom, influence, peace, and alignment. What's being released now is not just currency, but capacity. God is expanding your reach. He's connecting you to people who carry keys to your next level. He's placing your name in conversations where it had never been mentioned before. He's whispering to hearts to favor you. Beloved, the reason your wealth was delayed was to purify your intentions. God had to remove greed, fear, and doubt from your spirit. He had to detox your environment. There were people around you who couldn't go where He's taking you. Some had to leave before the wealth came, so they wouldn't pollute the blessing with wrong energy. You didn't lose people. You gained protection. You may have thought their departure was painful, but it was strategic. Heaven knew that if your wealth came while they were still close, they would drain it or use it against you. So the delay wasn't about money, it was about cleansing. The wilderness was your training ground. The silence was your classroom. And now you are walking into graduation season. where the lessons you learned in lack will sustain you in plenty. God says, I'm not just giving you wealth, I'm giving you wisdom to manage it. Because it's one thing to receive abundance and another to maintain it. He's making you a vessel, not a victim of overflow. You will not misuse what's coming, you will multiply it. You will use your blessings to lift others, to build, to heal, to restore. There were moments when you thought, maybe I'm not chosen for greatness. But the truth is, you were being refined like gold. Fire doesn't destroy gold, it purifies it. Every hardship you endured burned away what wasn't needed. Every disappointment shaped your humility. Every delay matured your discernment. That's why when the wealth comes now, you'll know what to do with it. You won't spend recklessly. You'll sow strategically. You won't flaunt it. You'll use it as testimony. You won't forget those who prayed with you when you had nothing. You'll honor them. Because the delay taught you compassion. The waiting taught you discipline. The pain taught you patience. God says, now you're ready. The same hands that once begged will now bless. The same lips that once asked for help will now speak prosperity. The same life that once seemed small will now become a beacon of abundance. This is not random. It's a divine timetable unfolding perfectly. You are stepping into a season where doors will open without explanation. Ideas will come alive effortlessly. Helpers will appear without you calling them. Opportunities that were once invisible will chase you. Heaven has declared, release the wealth. The flow has begun. And it won't just be financial. It will be emotional healing, spiritual maturity, relational harmony, and creative expansion. You're not just receiving money. You're receiving restoration in every area of your life. The years of delay are about to pay you back with interest. Everything that was withheld will return multiplied. Every no that broke your heart will make sense when you see the yes that's coming. Every season of scarcity will make the season of overflow sweeter. You will look back and realize that God was never late. He was always right on time. You thought you were waiting for wealth, but wealth was waiting for you to become the person who could hold it. Now heaven says you've become that person. You've been faithful in little. Now it's time for much. This is your divine turnaround. The wait is over. The release has begun. The delay was never denial. It was divine design. Heaven has opened its treasury, and your name is written on the next wave of blessings. Beloved, stay humble, stay grateful, and stay ready. For what's coming will not just change your life, it will bless generations after you. The wealth that's being released now is generational. It carries the fragrance of purpose, the power of legacy, and the favor of God Himself. Your wealth was delayed on purpose, but now it's being released on schedule. The angels are aligning everything in your favor. Your story is shifting from waiting to winning, from delay to divine release. You will not miss it this time. You are prepared. You are trusted. You are chosen. Heaven says, your season of divine wealth is here. When heaven says now, no force on earth can resist it. When the appointed time arrives, everything that was once locked begins to move. The same places that overlooked you will start to look for you. The same doors that refused to open will begin to swing wide, not by your strength, but by divine command. Because when God releases, it's not partial, it's perfect, it's precise, and it's powerful. You must understand this release isn't happening because you suddenly became worthy. It's happening because you stayed faithful when life was unfair. You trusted even when nothing made sense. You didn't curse the process. You kept believing in the promise. You didn't see wealth as your savior. You saw God as your source. And that's why He's now trusting you with abundance. The spiritual realm works on timing, not on desire. You desired it long ago, but heaven knew the exact hour your heart, mind, and spirit would align with His will. That's the hour we've entered now, the appointed hour of overflow. The angels that once observed your endurance are now releasing what was stored up. The very prayers you prayed years ago, the ones you forgot about, are being answered in this new season. Beloved, God delayed your wealth so that you could learn how to see money as a mission, not a master. He wanted you to discover peace before prosperity. Because if prosperity comes before peace, it becomes poison. Many gained wealth too soon and lost themselves in it. But you, God set you apart. He said, I will teach you humility before I give you honor. I will teach you stewardship before I give you increase. The divine pattern always follows the same rhythm. Formation before manifestation. You were being formed in the hidden seasons. You were being strengthened when no one noticed. God had to prove your spirit before he could prosper your hands. Because true wealth is not measured in what you hold. It's measured in what you can sustain without losing your soul. There's a reason God made you walk through loss and delay. He was stretching your faith to prepare you for management. You learned how to create something out of nothing, how to give when you had little, how to stay grateful when the cupboards were empty. Those were not random hardships. They were spiritual qualifications. Heaven was testing your heart with lack so it could trust your hands with plenty. Now heaven says, you've passed the test. The angels that once guarded your promise are now delivering it. The flow of divine wealth is being released in waves. Waves of opportunity. Waves of creativity. Waves of favor. And it will come quietly at first, like the gentle morning breeze. Then suddenly, like a flood you can't contain. You will start to notice small signs, unexpected messages, open invitations, new ideas that won't leave your mind. Pay attention. These are not coincidences. They are divine signals. They mean the gates of heaven have opened over your name. The wealth that's being released now is different. It carries divine purpose. It's not coming just to make you rich. It's coming to make you impactful. You're going to build what others only dreamed of. You're going to help people who never thought hope would return to their lives. God is giving you resources that will rebuild families, restore communities, and revive hearts. You are a chosen vessel for redistribution, not accumulation. You are not just a receiver. You are a carrier of overflow. And when heaven trusts you with overflow, everything you touch multiplies. The job you lost was a setup for the business that's about to bloom. The rejection you faced was redirection to the field of divine favor. Every no was heaven's way of steering you into the path that leads straight to your assignment. The wealth being released is not random. It's attached to your calling. The reason it was delayed is that your calling wasn't mature yet. God had to reveal your identity before releasing your inheritance. You had to know who you were before you could manage what was yours. Now that you've found your voice, heaven is releasing your value. You no longer chase validation. You understand your worth. You no longer beg for opportunities. You create them. You no longer fear lack. You walk in the assurance of abundance. That's when the release happens. When fear breaks, when doubt fades, when your spirit finally aligns with divine confidence. God says, this time, wealth will not come to destroy you. It will come to establish you. This time, you will not lose what you gain. You will have the discernment to protect it, the wisdom to invest it, and the heart to share it. You will no longer live in cycles of rise and fall. You will live in sustained overflow. You will feel a shift inside you, a quiet strength that wasn't there before. You'll wake up with divine ideas. You'll sense new energy in your spirit. That's heaven whispering, now is the time. The wealth that once seemed distant is now magnetized toward your life. God is aligning people to bless you without understanding why. Contracts, partnerships, and opportunities will appear where you least expect them. But don't rush. Stay grounded in gratitude. Move with wisdom. Wealth comes faster when peace remains your posture. Your waiting season was not wasted. It was a sacred investment. Every day of endurance accumulated interest in heaven's economy. And now that the release has begun, it won't stop. It will come in phases, each one greater than the last. The first wave restores what you lost. The second multiplies what you receive. The third establishes you in stability. The fourth transfers abundance into your legacy. Beloved, this is not temporary success. It's divine establishment. You will no longer fear sudden loss because what comes from heaven cannot be stolen by men. The blessings you are about to witness will silence every doubt, every voice that mocked your faith, every tear that questioned your worth. God says, I delayed it so you would know it's me when it happens. Because when it happens, it will be too perfect to explain. You won't have to force it, it will flow. You won't have to chase it, it will choose you. You won't have to beg, it will simply find you. And when it finds you, remember this, it's not just for you. You are the bridge between heaven's abundance and earth's need. You are chosen to show that divine wealth is not greed, it's grace. You are called to reveal that prosperity without pride is possible, that abundance without arrogance is holy. So walk boldly into this next chapter. Speak abundance without apology. Expect favor without fear. You've waited long enough, you've suffered enough, and you've trusted deeply. Now the reward begins. You are entering a season where your hands will no longer tremble from lack, but rise in praise for overflow. Your story is changing. The same mouth that said, Lord, when? Will now say, Lord, thank you. The same eyes that saw emptiness will see evidence. The same heart that once felt delayed will overflow with gratitude. You have entered the hour where divine release meets divine readiness. Heaven has declared it. Earth must obey it. Your wealth is being released, not someday, but now. So lift your head, beloved soul. Walk as one chosen to manifest heaven's abundance. This is your appointed time. This is your divine inheritance. The delay is over, and the release has begun. Heaven whispers again, the delay was for shaping, but the release is for reigning. My beloved soul, the miracle is not only in receiving wealth, it is in keeping it, growing it, and using it for holy purpose. Every divine release carries a divine responsibility. Heaven will never pour out more than you are prepared to manage. For God blesses according to capacity. That is why He took time to stretch you. What you once called waiting was actually enlargement. The vessel of your life had to be widened so that the overflow would not spill and be wasted. Now that the flow has begun, heaven says, guard what I have given. Because blessings, when mishandled, become burdens. The same abundance that brings peace can also bring pressure if wisdom does not lead the way. So God, in His mercy, is not only releasing wealth, He is releasing divine strategy to sustain it. Beloved, the first key to sustaining your wealth is honor. Honor the source before you touch the supply. Never allow success to silence your gratitude. When the accounts fill, let your worship rise even higher. When you sign contracts, remember the covenant that brought you here. Gratitude keeps the gates of heaven open. Arrogance closes them. The second key is vision. Money without vision is motion without direction. God delayed your wealth so that when it arrived, you would already know its assignment. Wealth given to a person without purpose becomes confusion. But wealth given to a person with vision becomes creation. Ask God each morning, what is this abundance meant to build? And He will reveal projects, missions, and hearts that are waiting for your obedience. The third key is discipline. Heaven's overflow is sacred, not casual. What you do with the first portion decides how the rest will flow. Learn to separate seed from bread, to know what to plant and what to consume. Your seed is what you give. Your bread is what you enjoy. Mixing the two ends the harvest early. The fourth key is discernment. Not everyone can walk with you into your wealthy place. Some were meant only for the wilderness, not the promised land. When God elevates you, He exposes intentions. Be gentle but be wise. Protect your peace more fiercely than your possessions. The wrong voice around your wealth can whisper doubt, pride, or fear. The right voices will sharpen your focus, remind you of humility, and help you steward the blessing well. The fifth key is generosity. Wealth that does not flow becomes stagnant. God releases through open hands. Give, and not only to be seen. Give to heal, to teach, to build. Each time you sow, you echo the heart of heaven. Divine wealth multiplies through movement. It grows through kindness, through contribution, through compassion. And remember this, sustainability comes from structure. Heaven blesses, but stewardship organizes. Right plans, record goals. Manage your time like treasure. A disciplined soul attracts continuous provision. The lazy spirit leaks prosperity. The diligent one multiplies it. Child of God, there will be moments when fear tries to return. Fear of losing what you just gained. But heaven whispers, do not fear. What I give cannot be taken. Fear is the language of scarcity. Faith is the voice of abundance. You are no longer operating from survival. You are operating from overflow. You will notice that as you grow in wisdom, you will grow in influence. People will seek your advice, your example, your presence. This is another dimension of wealth. Influence used righteously. Use it to lift, not to boast. Use it to point others to the source, not to yourself. True riches are measured not by how much you have, but by how many lives you empower. Beloved, the reason wealth was delayed was so that your heart would remain pure in the midst of plenty. Many pray for open doors. Few pray for pure motives. You did both and heaven honored it. Now your abundance will be clean. It will not come with hidden sorrow. Each day in this season, rise with intention. Speak abundance with humility. Bless what you touch with prayer. Let your home become a sanctuary of gratitude. Teach those around you what faith and patience built, so that the next generation will not repeat the years of delay. You are breaking the cycle of scarcity. You are establishing the pattern of prosperity rooted in divine purpose. And hear this promise: what I release to you now will outlive you. Your children will inherit not only resources, but revelation. They will learn that patience brings power, that delay births discipline, and that true wealth begins in worship. So hold your head high, chosen vessel. Heaven has entrusted you with more than money. It has entrusted you with legacy. Manage it with reverence. Guard it with wisdom. Share it with love. And as you do, you will find that the flow never ends. Because the same God who delayed your wealth to shape you is the same God who will sustain it through you. This is your divine assurance. What is born of heaven cannot die on earth. Beloved soul, the season you prayed for is here. Heaven has opened its treasury, and the fragrance of answered prayer surrounds you. You are no longer standing at the edge of promise. You are walking inside it. What once felt distant is now daily. What once felt impossible is now unfolding before your eyes. The delay has fulfilled its purpose, and now the rhythm of abundance becomes your new heartbeat. The same God who kept you in the valley is the one guiding you through the garden. Do not rush through this blessing. Breathe it in. Every sunrise is now a reminder that divine timing never fails. Every opportunity you touch carries heaven's fingerprint. You are not chasing miracles anymore. You are living inside them. The wealth that once waited has now found its rightful owner. It recognizes the strength you carry, the humility you learned, and the obedience you practiced. This abundance will not break you. It will build you. It will expand your hands, your voice, and your heart. You will look around and see that nothing was wasted. Every hardship became a foundation for stability. Every tear became a seed of joy. Every delay became preparation for dominion. Heaven now calls you a custodian of divine flow. You are trusted to create, to empower, to rebuild. Your resources are holy tools shaped by grace. Use them to feed the hungry, clothe the forgotten, teach the lost, and restore dignity where shame once lived. The more you pour out, the more will return, for divine abundance operates through circulation, not hoarding. Walk gently in prosperity. Let gratitude remain louder than gain. Keep your heart soft while your influence grows. Speak peace over your possessions and humility over your success. In every project, whisper, "This belongs to God." In every victory, breathe, "This glory returns to heaven." That posture will keep the river flowing without end. Now, beloved, feel the weight of the shift. Your hands are no longer empty. They are instruments of blessing. Your words are no longer cries of waiting. They are declarations of fulfillment. The same ground that once bore thorns now bears fruit. The same life that once felt delayed now dances in divine timing. You have entered the rhythm of continuous release, where faith calls and heaven answers without hesitation. The angels who once watched you endure are now watching you reign. The heavens have recorded your patience and have rewarded your endurance. You have crossed from promise into possession, from testing into testimony, from delay into destiny. This is not temporary overflow. It is generational establishment. Your children will walk on the roads your faith built. Your grandchildren will rest under the shade of trees you planted in seasons of lack. Your name will carry the fragrance of divine trust. Beloved, wealth was delayed on purpose so that you would know who the true provider is. Now that you know, the flow will not stop. Every day will unfold as evidence that heaven rewards those who wait without wavering. Every breath will carry the memory of grace that turned waiting into winning. Every act of kindness will echo the mercy that carried you through silence. Lift your hands in gratitude and declare within your heart, what God begins, He sustains. What He promises, He performs. What He releases, no power can restrain. Walk boldly into your tomorrow. Speak peace into your finances, joy into your work, and love into your legacy. You are no longer the one who waited. You are the one who walks in divine overflow. Let every step testify that patience is never wasted when it is placed in God's hands. The heavens sing over you. The delay is over. The release is complete. The abundance is eternal. Go forth, beloved soul. Live, give, and reign in the rhythm of divine abundance.